Are we ready? All right, it's 4 o'clock, so I'll call the Bedford Planning Commission meeting for the October 14th to order. The first item of business is the approval of minutes for the September 10th, 2025 meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as printed.
I'll second.
Got a first and a second. Any questions or comments? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. There is no old business, so we'll go to the new business. A preliminary hearing for Darcy and Caleb to rezone 1613 East Street from B2 to R2 for the purpose of building a home. The property currently has a home on it and is in poor condition. They wish to tear it down in the current home and build a new home on the property. Are you here? Would you like to come up and let us know what's going on?
We actually just tore down the house this week. It was abandoned for years, bad shape. So we tore down the house and the garage, and we're just wanting to rebuild a house with an attached garage in it.
Does anybody have any questions?
Currently, it's a business, it's zone business.
Zone B2 currently. I apologize, I forgot to put their last names on, their last names are Bell.
Okay.
But yes, it's currently zone B2.
And is it surrounded by residential mostly?
It is surrounded by residential to the south and another house to the north that's also zone B2.
Do I have any more questions? If not, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to send it on to the public hearing.
I'll second that.
Okay, first and second, any other questions or comments? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We'll go to preliminary hearing here next month. Is that right?
Public.
Public hearing, be a public hearing here next month, and then we'll vote, it'll go to.
Yep, I got it.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Second item is a preliminary hearing for Juanita and Brian Norris doing business as Chili Red Investments LLC to rezone the property addressed at 2535 39th Street. The property consists of parcels. I won't read all those. There's 4 parcels there. The property is currently I2 and they wish to rezone the property R3 to allow for townhomes. Somebody here to speak on that.
Yeah, so purchased this property, 2 weeks ago, finally got it, been working on it for a while. Got out of Texas, finally came to town and sold it to us. Very nice piece of property, 6.13 acres, lays very well. We're already started with preliminary drawings on a few things and plenty of setback, plenty of room to meet all the city's requirements. Done checked city utilities. Should be in good shape on 39th Street. This will go in phases. It's not going to be anything that we fill this property up right out of the gate. Maybe 28 to 32 units right out of the gate, but then over the next 3 or 4 years, keep adding. Anything else you guys would like to know?
How many total do you think you could?
We're going to run a 6-inch water main onto the property, which would allow for approximately 84 to 96 units.
Any other questions?
This is beside the old stone mill,
That's
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, her mom and dad used to own that. It's funny how we circle back around there.
Anybody else have any questions?
Oh, I guess one more. Is that stone mill still in operation? I know it's gone through
Very little, it is.
hands, but
So after they sold it, I think
Greg Norman bought it.
Greg Norman got sick,
Right.
and then I think the guy that Kuplov, I think he might have actually got it from the bank. But yeah, small operation,
right.
Real nice feller.
Just so if this happens, I was just wondering, you're gonna be right there next to a stone mill, and I know the dust and the noise and everything, is that
He's pretty old school. He doesn't use a lot of grinding.
okay?
Yeah, we've had a pretty good conversation already. I don't foresee it being an
And
issue.
that was not my problem, it's yours. I just wanted to bring it up.
Larry, we're not looking to change people's lives. I mean, that's his business, that's his way of living. So, it's not an issue for us.
Kevin, is that property line look proper there where it's next to the stone mill?
I'm sorry.
The property line, that looks really close to the stone mill. Is it good? All right where it is?
Well, the stone mill wouldn't be able to build where it is right now under current, but with their setbacks, we've discussed what setbacks they would need. And he's wanting to go back further than what he's actually would be required to go anyway. So
Yeah, mainly plan on running all the utilities on the back side, so you're gonna have a lot more setback from the property lines than you normally would to allow for the utilities on the back side.
Okay.
So, which works out well for the neighbors and everybody else. Just allows more of a setback.
Was there a sawmill on that one time?
I believe that was the case. I've also heard maybe part of the airport back in the day.
I thought it was.
We're starting to get it cleaned. It hadn't been touched. I don't know. I mean, a few of the neighbors keep a little bit of it mowed, but it's grown up pretty good. We're starting to get it cleaned up, getting ready to tear them old buildings down. They're pretty far gone. So getting them looking a little better.
Does anybody else have any questions? If not, I would entertain a motion.
I would move that we send this on to the public hearing and like to hear what the neighbors have to say.
I'll second.
First and a second, any other questions or comments? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We'll go to the public hearing next month here. Thanks. Item number 3, preliminary hearing for Cole Sinclair doing business as Bedford Development LLC to do minor subdivision of parcel northwest corner of John Williams Boulevard and Beltline Road, and they wish to divide the parcel into 2 lots. Travis.
Cole Sinclair is looking to purchase track 2 of the Bedford Development Minor Sub. It's the one we did for GeoFlow a few months ago. We broke it into 5 tracks. And this sits right in the northeast quadrant there, Bellback and John Williams Boulevard. Kind of at the top of the hill when you go through the stoplight there at Walmart. He's wanting to break that. The existing parcel right now is 2.99 acres, and he's wanting to break it into 2 lots, one being 1.47, the other one being 1.52. The lot lines will run east to west, so they'll come off of Bellback. And so lot 1 will be at the corner of John Williams and Bellback. Lot 2 will be on Bellback. And he's also, as part of this minor sub, he's wanting to, when we did the original development, we put a drainage easement on the south side of what used to be, he's wanting to split track 2. He's wanting to vacate that drainage easement and do away with that because he's wanting to have the full maximum capacity to develop lot number 1 as part of this subdivision is what he's wanting to do. Now, one thing to keep in mind on that drainage easement, there is a cave there that developed, it's to the east of him, but all the water from Walmart, John Williams Boulevard, all go into this cave. And they go in the cave on the property to the east of him, and it comes up and drains through his property and across Bellback into that retention pond next to Aldi's there. That little growed up area between there. So in order to develop this property, you would have to fill that area in and put a pipe in and make it enough capacity to hold that water to get it across the road.
So how large a pipe was it going to require?
It'd be a pretty good sized pipe. Yeah, because we're looking at doing a development for another client to the east of this, there off Williams Park. And it's feasible, but we cannot close in that karst feature. So where that cave opening is, we have to stay 75 feet back from that and keep that an opening and preserve it. But this here is where it outfalls out, so you don't have to do that. But it's going to take a pretty good sized pipe because that drains a lot of area right there. I mean, it's doable, but it's going to cost a lot of money to do it. So I just want to make you guys aware of that on the vacate side of that, what would have to take place there. As far as the size of pipe, we don't know yet, so we run the hydraulics to know, but it'd be a pretty good sized pipe. But that area is gonna require a lot of fill anyway, because John Williams Boulevard is so much above it, it's probably gonna take 12 to 13 feet of fill in that area to make this a buildable area. Yeah. But that's what he's wanting to do.
What would you anticipate, 3 or 4 foot diameter pipe?
I'm gonna anticipate 60-inch.
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing how much water comes out of the retention pond from Walmart and what comes down off of John Williams Boulevard. Is it pretty much, where the new roundabout is? All that water west of there and all those businesses all come to that area, every one of them. I mean, it's a doable deal, but it'd be an expensive deal to do.
It concerns me whether it's gonna work out in the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be built right. Because if it does, I mean, you're looking at a lot of compaction, you're looking at a 60-inch pipe. So you gotta really get in there and build it and do it right. It'd have to be a good set of construction plans and make sure it is built to that. Because I mean, that's draining, a lot of that area to get it out of there.
What happens if it doesn't work?
Well, I mean, if you approve the minor sub, there would have to be a drainage easement put on the pipe. And nothing could be built on top of that pipe other than the parking lot. So if it failed, they know at that point, there's an easement on it for the pipe, it'd have to be repaired. And also at that point, whoever the developer is, whoever owns that lot, that should be, I mean, that's gonna be on them to repair it.
But
Because
again, what's the outcome? If it fails, what's gonna happen?
you're basically gonna have to rip it out and
But
then redo it.
what's gonna happen with the water?
Yeah, I mean, it won't fail from a water standpoint. The biggest thing you're gonna look at down the road is it collapsing, deteriorating. I mean, if you're gonna do it right, you've gotta do probably a concrete structure all the way across there, reinforced concrete. Yeah, and there needs to be an easement on it, and there would need to be stipulations stating, hey, we're putting an easement on it for the city to maintain it. But if this thing fails, it's gotta be a joint venture, to do something like that. Because there's so much water that comes to this and it drains that whole area right there. Now, the development to the east, they would be fine because they're leaving the opening of the karst feature open as a retention pond. But this here, you're looking at a pipe that would cut across the entire development for wherever they decide to put there. Yeah. But you definitely not want to put a building on it, for sure. And any engineer would know that, because I'm not doing the design work on this, someone else is out in Indianapolis. But they know that, they would know you have to do all this stuff. But I just wanted to bring it to your attention, from a board standpoint, what we do have here.
Any other questions? Not, I'd entertain a motion.
Well, I like to make a statement. I mean, subdividing the property is not a big issue, but vacating the easement, I think, is an issue. I don't think the city wants to, I don't want to speak for the mayor or for anyone else, but I wouldn't think that the city would want to enter into any kind of an agreement with that kind of liability on it.
Yeah.
We're usually pretty good about stuff like this, but this one's, I'm glad you brought it to our attention.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't want there to be anything left unturned, because I mean, that's a huge deal, I mean, even if I was the one designing it, I would still tell you, hey, here's what we have to do this. I mean, it's doable, but I mean, it's a huge deal to do it. And to be honest with you, whoever develops this, the cost is gonna be so astronomical to do this that I don't even know if it would be feasible for someone to put something there.
So do
To be
they not
honest.
want us to approve the subdivision unless we vacate the easement?
To be honest, that easement's so big, and we put that in place with the geoflow for a reason. I mean, obviously, that's a drainage area, so we put that there for a reason. The thing is, if it's not approved and vacated, they couldn't move forward because it doesn't give them enough buildable area for that lot 1. Now, if you don't approve the minor, he could keep that as tract 2, which is 3 acres, and possibly build behind it and make it work. But as developers go, I'm not a developer, I'm a surveyor, do my thing, but they're looking at, I want as many lots as I can get because this property costs this much money. You know, so they're trying to get as many lots as they can, buildable areas they can to do this. And if you look at this on Bellback, you know, there's 2 tracks there that this developer is looking at. There's track 1 and 2 of the GeoFlow division we did. On the very north end of this is all the power lines. So that entire track 1, I mean, it's 5 acres, but 3 acres of it is power lines. So it's useless. You can't really do anything with it. But I mean, there is area there where you could shift this back north and probably do a couple of lots up through there. But you know, as well as anybody, if you're not on the corner lot where all the traffic is, it hurts you know, to not have that. But that's the concerns and things I just wanted to point out to you on what could happen here with this development.
I personally have a problem with vacating the drainage easement, but
I've been in contact with utilities. If this moves forward to a public hearing, I've asked that Misty Adams be here to be available to discuss it with you. Her and Travis are gonna get together at some point too. I mean, she is aware of it. I wanted you to know that I have talked to her. I don't have the answers to the questions that.
And like I say, we're working on development to the east of this. We haven't submitted any plans yet. It's a major subdivision just to the east of this off of Williams Park. And that one's gonna work out really well because, I mean, it's a nice piece of property, but we do have the karst feature on that one that we have to keep undisturbed. I mean, anytime you got a cave opening that drains, you gotta keep a 75-foot radius of a drain easement on it. So that one's gonna work out fine, but I am gonna work with Misty on that one also to make sure that all works out the way they want it to be and get all the maintenance stuff together and different things. But if you walk down in there, they've cleared a little bit of that opening where you can actually see the head walls now, where all the pipes come in to the cave. So if you're at the head wall, about 150 feet up, you'll see the cave opening where all the water goes. And I'm not for sure how it works in the cave, but it goes in the cave because I went down there on the last big rain just to see what it did. But it went in the cave and somehow it bubbles up or raises up and comes out the other side onto this development that we're looking at. And I'm not for sure how it does it. Yeah.
well, I would think the volume of water would have to rise enough that it would flow out somewhere else.
Yeah. So it's kind of like working like a weir wall in a manhole. You know, if you got a wall, water raises and goes over somehow. So that cave's got to have a lot of capacity to hold the water, and then it just comes up and goes back out. And it does backflow a little bit from what I've seen, but not much. It's kind of an amazing deal how it works. I'd like to go down and look at it, but I'm not that brave.
Any other questions? I would entertain a motion.
Well, I hear Scott's concerns and I share them. I think I would make a motion to move this to the public hearing and give us a crack at it next month after we can query Misty a little bit and give Travis and Misty a chance to work something that maybe they'll have some answers. I have to say I'm reluctant right now to do anything with this, but I want to give them a little time to work on that, and then we do get another crack at it. So I make a motion to move it to the public hearing.
I'll second the motion, move it on to a public hearing.
Have a motion and a second. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor say aye. And I am abstaining. All right. Anything else for discussion? Okay. If there's nothing for discussion, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. We're adjourned.